What's up, everybody? Bootsy Greenwood here, and today I want to talk to you about the truth about intention and the law of attraction. So intention is a word that gets thrown around quite a bit. And I was talking to a good friend of mine yesterday, my friend Eric. He and I were having a conversation on the phone, and we were trying to talk about this word because it's such a nebulous word. It's very hard to understand because it's not desire, right? Like intention is definitely not desire, but it's similar, right? It's like you want something, but that's not enough, because if you want something, you want it, but you also doubt that you can have it. If you want something, for as much as you want it, for as much as you desire it, that's also how much you doubt that you can have it. It's also how much you doubt that maybe even you are worthy of it, okay? So for all the desire that you have, there's also the exact same amount of doubt. This is balance. This is how balance works, okay, in nature. So what we need to understand, if we want to actually have the things that we want, is first of all, we need to understand what we truly want, okay? A lot of us want certain things, but do we really? We think we want them, okay? We think we want to be an astronaut, okay? But instead of thinking about what we want to be, why don't we think about instead what we want to actually do? If you want to be an astronaut, then you need to think, do you want to go around that spinny thing a bunch of times and get really sick? Do you want to learn physics? Do you want to have to do all this modeling and engineering and go to school for that? I mean, if so, great. I mean, do you want to be a Grammy Award-winning producer? Of course you do. Who wouldn't want to walk up there with Kanye, you know what I mean, and be like, yo, we dropped the fire, what's up? This track is lit, fam. But do you like wrapping cables until 4 o'clock in the morning? Do you enjoy understanding how sound waves work, how they bounce into corners, how different diaphragms and microphones work? Do you want to create convolution reverbs? If the answer to that is no, then clearly you don't have a burning desire or an intention to be a Grammy Award-winning producer. A big part of understanding intention is really understanding ourselves. As we peel back the layers of these social conditioned ideas and preconceptions of what we think we want, we start to peel back and start to understand who it is we really are and what we want to do. How do you want to spend your time is a big key to this question, okay? I'll also note that law of attraction gets thrown around a lot. That's only half of it, right? Because we just talked about this. For as much as you desire something, that's as much as you doubt. Until you purify this desire, okay? Because truly, a true desire doesn't even come from you. And I think we have a lot of social conditioning that happens to us where we think even the pure desires, the pure intention that we have, we somehow don't deserve, or it doesn't belong to us for some reason. We tell ourselves this story has been conditioned into our brains since we were little kids. But that's not true, because that desire, that burning intention, like I read about in Khalil Gibran's The Prophet, I just posted that up. That's a great audio book. When I'm talking in that book, he says that when you have that type of desire, it is thy will. It is thy desire. It's from another place. It's from a higher place, from your higher self or God or nature or the universe or however you want to quantify that, whatever label you want to put on it, okay? There's the law of attraction. There's a law of repulsion, okay? Here we are, like a magnet. Remember the magnets that we did in school? Okay? And we had the north and the south. Well, when the north and south come together, right together, but when we put the north to the north, they repel each other, right? So, in the one hand, we do have the law of attraction. It is happening. That's a real natural law. But there's also the law of repulsion, okay? This doubt thing here is a real thing. And what really happens to us is, A, we don't really know what we really want, but two, our intention is split. So what winds up happening is, even if we can identify the thing that we really want, that we have a burning desire for, we have a warring intent, okay? We have a desire to attain that thing that it is that we truly do want. That is a pure, holy, whatever, sort of intention, okay? So we really do have this. And you know what? The universe wants us to have it. It really does. But we get in our own way with this doubt, okay? And this doubt, I think, is like, it's really a stumbling block for us. But what we've got to understand is once we find and identify this pure intention, an intent that's pure, we still have a warring intent of doubt. Okay, we have what we want over here, and then we have what we don't want over here. And that is constantly in the back of our minds, okay? For instance, if I'm gonna go do a comedy show, and I am on Sunday, if you're around, you should come see me Sunday, the day after Halloween. Best booking day ever. I'll be hosting a pop-up comedy show at the world famous here in Athens, Georgia. So we have this pure intention of what we want. And then in the back of our mind, we have what we don't want. So if I'm doing that comedy show and I'm like, oh boy, I sure want to kill the room. Man, I want to murder. It's going to be great. I'm going to destroy it. I also have in the back of my mind the thing that I don't want, which is I don't want to be embarrassed. I don't want to be shamed. I don't want to be humiliated. I don't want to fail. Okay. So until we can get this desire or this intention to 100%, we always have this repulsion, this doubt in the back of our minds that is warring against that intent, okay? Now, if you've ever had an experience with someone where literally there was almost like nothing you could do wrong. Your game, all of a sudden, you're like, I didn't realize I was a player, but like everything I say is gold. You know, I just have it on for this person. Like not in like a derogatory way or like in an annoying or obnoxious way, but you're just like, look, it's like this, okay? You're not even thinking about the fact that they could reject you, make you look like an idiot in front of your friends. That's the furthest thing from your mind. You just know, you and me, we got a thing, and that's just how it is. That's all it is, boo, and that's what it's gonna be. So when you have that, that is a pure intention. That is a strong chemistry, that's a strong connection that you have. And however you build that or however it comes about, I don't know the answer to that. But if you've ever experienced that, that is a pure intention. Another way to think about this, and this is what Eric and I talked about. He thought this was a good example. So imagine you're at a party. I'm sure we can all imagine that. A few months ago, maybe a year ago. Well, we can all imagine that. You're at a party and you've had a little bit too much to drink. There's people all around you and now you're sick to your stomach and you have got to go to the bathroom, okay? And so you run, you start to move toward the bathroom. And for whatever reason, people pick up on this energy that you're emitting and they just start to move out of your way. You're not saying anything. You're not even looking at them. They're just getting out of your way. They know that you need to get to wherever it is they're standing so badly that they preemptively just move out of your way. That is a pure intent, okay? You want to get to the bathroom to throw up right now, and you need to. And you're not worried about if somebody gets in your way because that's on them. And it will be on them if they don't get out of your way, okay? Probably not gonna open with that joke on Sunday, just so you guys know, okay? Not the best one I've ever written. But the point being, that is a pure intent. You're moving in a direction and it's so confident that you don't even think about the fact that you could throw up on them because it doesn't matter. What you've done is you've burned doubt into indifference. And that is really the kicker here. When you don't even care that there is a repercussion, that there could be a potential of failing. When Dave Chappelle comes out and a couple of specials ago and he's like, I get paid for the effort. Like he's just leaving it all out there right then and saying, you know what? I don't even care if I do bomb on this special. It doesn't matter. At that point, he's basically operating out of 100% intent. And the truth of the matter is, if you have 2% doubt, you can still screw up. I saw Tom York at Coachella a few years ago singing Karma Police. No, it was Paranoid Android, one of their oldest songs. And he flubbed the lyrics and then he laughed about it. And nobody really, a couple months go by, whatever, it's not a big deal. But he had that in the back of his mind somehow or another, like, man, I could mess up. He was nervous. And look, you always get what you don't want. We don't want this. And so it's in our mind because our intention is split into two parts, what we want and what we don't want. And so what we need to do is we need to purify our intention and burn the doubt out through massive action. Okay? If I want to get up on that stage and I want to murder, it can't even be a possibility in my mind that I'm going to bomb. And I can't tell you how many times I'm going to have to get on that stage over and over and over again to overcome this doubt and overcome this doubt and overcome this doubt. I'm going to have better nights and not so great nights. And over time, I'm going to begin to burn this out through massive, massive, massive action, okay? Not by sitting around and thinking about how cool I'm going to be when I get on stage, right? I need to sit down. I need to write. I need to practice. I need to get up on stage. I need to put the time in, put the hours in, and burn out the thing that I don't want, burn all that doubt out through massive action and turn that doubt into indifference, okay? Remember to focus on what it is that you want to do. If you're trying to uncover what your pure intention is, it comes out of your most authentic self. You can't fake it. It's when you meet that person and you're like, boom, it's on. Yep, that's it. Like, you can't even embarrass yourself. You would try to embarrass yourself, but everything just starts going a certain way for you. Whenever you've got to get to the bathroom at that party, you're not concerned about anybody getting in your way. If they want to get vomit all over their brand new Gucci shoes, that's on them, dude. You know, like not my problem. My intent is to get to that bathroom and unload what I've got inside of me because I'm about to projectile all over your face, okay? It's disgusting, it's gross, but it is what it is. And that is pure intention. Intention is free of doubt. We need to eliminate this. Once this is 0%, this wins every single time. Boom, boom, boom. And another way to think about it is this. When you're in a dream, you can practice intention. When you're in a dream, you can fly. When you're in a dream, you can do amazing, unreal things, and there's no hesitation about it. You just do the thing, right? The first time I ever had a lucid dream, I did this. And if you've ever had that experience, you might know about it. Well, my first lucid dream, I was like walking through a parking lot, which was the Walmart over here, parking lot. And I looked up at the sign on the Walmart and it said Wall Rock Cafe. And I was like, that ain't right. So I was like, yo, dude, to a character. And I was like, knock over all those buggies. And so we call them buggies in the South, or carts. And so he like knocked all the buggies over. And I was like, this is awesome. So like walked into Walmart, wreaked a bunch of havoc because punk rock. And then I walked out of Walmart and then I felt like I was going to take off right there. You know, like no hesitation, right into the air, right into the sky. I just started flying. And I was like, you know, just, have you seen that surfer video? He's like talking about the waves. It's like this because you can't really put it into words. Intention is this pure, powerful thing. It's like, God, it's almost tangible. And it's beyond like, you know, a desire in action or like, you know, a purity of movement or any of that. Like it's beyond any definition. It's this thing that's like palpable, that's just like so powerful and like overwhelming. So, you know, that's another way to identify what intention is. Have a lucid dream, or in your dreams, when you can, if you can become aware, start to learn how to do that, and you can practice intention that way. That's one way to do it. So remember, focus on what you want to do. Because if you think you want to be something, but the things to do on the way to be that are things that you don't like, then very likely that's just a socially conditioned response, an idea that you have in your mind of something that looks cool and shiny that you think you want to do, but you don't really want to do it. If you don't want to be a writer, or if you don't want to write every day, then you don't want to be a writer. It's just not congruent, okay? So start to peel that stuff back. Ask yourself, what do you really want? What is it that you really want? Because whatever it is that you really want, that is pure and holy. Like that is a thing from another place. And that is something that the universe literally wants for you. It is trying to meet you halfway, but a lot of times you doubt because you're not good enough or this or that or the other bullshit, reason. And if it is something that you really want, start taking that action. Start writing those start writing those pages every day. You know, even if it's just 20 minutes, 30 minutes, whatever it is, start doing that. If it is a thing that you want to be an astronaut, you know, have your friends spin you around on a merry-go-round and start solving calculus problems. Just do the thing. Worry more about doing than being. And then you'll be on your path to burning out all the doubt, getting that to 0% and 100% desire. That is pure intention. So if you like this video, please like, subscribe, all that jazz. I have some bombshells dropping this week. On Friday, I have a really cool interview that I did with a gentleman named Jim Shane. That's coming out on the podcast RSS feed as well as YouTube. And he is sharing what he calls the core method, which is basically a way to release a lot of the doubt, a way to get rid of importance, a way to transcend your traumas from childhood. And it's a really amazing, it's an amazing process. He's offered me the exclusive ability, at least at this point, it's not exclusive, I guess. I make myself sound cool. But he's allowed me to share this PDF with anyone via the podcast, and I'm sure he would do the same for anyone who asked. He really has a pure intent to help people. So, you know, check that out. That comes out on Friday. On Saturday, I have a video with Katie Decay dropping on astrology. So if you're into the esoteric, if you're into that kind of stuff, then she is incredibly knowledgeable, and we're going to go through that. We're going to talk about that a little bit. And then on Sunday, I will have an exclusive Patreon-only podcast that will be coming out. If you like what I'm doing, you can support me by going to patreon.com/Bootsy Greenwood, and I provide at least a podcast a week. I try and do it on Sundays, a podcast a week on Patreon, and then I have a bunch of other stuff that I'll share. I'll share sketches that I haven't released yet. I'll share, you know, just speeches by other people and things like that. So that's a really cool way that you guys can support me, because I don't have like a product that I'm like, you know, trying to peddle you guys or anything like that. I'm just trying to share information that I've sponged up over time, and it's my honor to do it. So thank you so much for watching the video. Please subscribe, check me out on Patreon, and check out the upcoming stuff. Thanks. See you next time.